3 reasons why parents default to no when their kids ask for things and what to do about it. Do you find that you default to the no response when your kids ask for things? When your child asks to stay up 10 minutes later, or when they ask to have, breakfast for dinner, or when they want to wear something a little unusual, and your just default response is no, 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 and you really want to get a handle on it. Like, why do I say no? Am I mean? Like, what am I doing? I actually don't care all that much, and I could have said yes. Why do I say no all the time? Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Koslowitz, YouTube's post-traumatic parenting expert. Today we're going to talk about the no response and why post-traumatic parents especially tend to default to no, and what we can do about it so we can become more of a yes parent, a parent who actually thinks about a child's request and decides mindfully whether or not to say yes to it and doesn't just default to no all the time. But first, if this is a topic you're interested in, if you're curious about your no response, if you'd like to become a more mindful, present parent, please click subscribe below so you never miss another episode. So as post-traumatic parents especially, we tend to have a lot of things on our plates, right? Our trauma app likes to keep our life small, predictable, manageable, and controllable, right? And parenting just feels overwhelming. There's kids and they have demands, especially if you're taking care of multiple kids in a busy household, and there's a lot of children that you're keeping track of and priorities, and there's mental load, and there's so much that goes into parenting. It's like, if you have a to-do list, it's like, task after task after task after task, and it just never ends. Because our brain likes simple, no is the simpler response. It takes less mental energy to say no, right? When we say no, we're maintaining control and predictability. Can I walk to my friend's house even though it's really close to bedtime? Well, if you don't, then everything's controllable, predictable. You're not playing outside. Can I play outside? Can I have dessert first? Can I have breakfast for dinner? Can I sleep over at my friend's house? Can I spend my allowance on this weird randomly shaped bit of plastic that makes no sense and we don't even need, right? It's so easy to say no because that's predictable. No, you can't have dessert first. No, you can't, stay up an extra half hour because who knows what may happen. Right? Our brain likes it when things are under control and predictable and small, especially if we have a trauma app that's dictating the action. So the first reason why our brain defaults to no is our brain likes predictable, controllable, small, and no tends to keep things predictable, controllable, and small. The second reason why our brain defaults to no is a phenomenon known as decision fatigue. So when we say yes, we have to take a lot of variables into account. Wait, if I let you walk to your friend's house close to bedtime, who's going to come pick you up? Because it's going to get dark fast, and then how am I getting you home? I have to think about a lot of factors. If I let you eat breakfast for dinner, that means what do I do with the food I already cooked, and what exactly components of breakfast, and now I have to start thinking, are you going to get enough protein, and is this a healthy thing to do? And wait, if you eat the waffles tonight, what are we eating for breakfast tomorrow morning, right? I have to start making a lot of decisions. I have to think these things through. If I let you spend your allowance on this randomly shaped bit of plastic, then what happens if your sibling wants it too, right? I have to think that through. If I let you go to the sleepover, who's dropping you off? Who's picking you up? Who's going to be there? Do I trust those parents? I have to make a lot of decisions. And decision fatigue, it's sometimes so much easier to say, oh, then I don't have to make any decisions at all. No. And now I don't have to make any decisions. I can stop all that thinking and I don't have to make decisions. And the third reason why we default to no a lot and we don't say yes is the cost of yes. Because when we say yes and we're having that decision fatigue and we're overwhelming ourselves by keeping life a little bit less predictable, then we have more stress. And if you're a post-traumatic parent and your stress response feels like your enemy, you don't want a lot of stress, because stress means then I might yell at the other kids. If I'm stressed out, then I might make a mistake. I'm really trying to work with my stress response. I don't want to dissociate anymore to deal with stress, and I don't want to like mindlessly people please, and I don't want to numb myself out to deal with my stress. So what am I going to do with all this stress? Because now I'm letting stress in, and I don't want to let stress in. So those are the 3 reasons why we default to no. And they really all have to do with overwhelm. So here's how to default to no yes, to know less, and to start mindfully saying more yeses. The more you systematize and manage the mental load of parenting, the more you take off your plate in terms of running a home, in terms of parenting, in terms of the stressful things. Like if you say no to like volunteering at the school's bake sale, if you say to your kids, yeah, it would be fun to like, go out for the travel soccer team, but actually it's going to put our family in a lot of stress, and like we don't have the time for that right now. It's like too many activities right now. If you say, I'm having a very simplified menu for my family during the week, and on weekends I'm going to cook more, but during the week, like we're really eating basics. Like we're having scrambled eggs for dinner, it's fine. We're having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Like we're eating healthy food. I'm pulling dinner out of the freezer because I cook twice and I cook once and eat twice. Like we systematize things. Then my mental load is not so big. So then I have more room in my brain to think over, well, can she go on a sleepover? Well, yeah, I actually like Alice's parents and I trust them, and I know they have similar like screen time policies as me. I know they don't have guns in the house. I know they have similar liquor cabinet policies as me. Yeah, I trust them. I get them. I know the level of supervision there. And like, it's a school night, but like Fridays are generally like a lower stress day, and it's Thursday night now. So yeah, I don't think that's that big of a deal. And yeah, my husband can drop off and I can pick up, and actually Allison's mom could drive her home. Come to think of it, yeah, we can do that. Then I have room in my brain to think it through and say yes. So the more you take things off your plate, the more you stop being a people pleaser and you say no to things, and the more you're like, yeah, there's some mom squad of like perfect moms on Instagram who are going to like shoot me because I don't serve made from scratch organic, I don't know, bread made from eggs where I hand raised the chickens myself. And that mom is going to look down her nose at me like, okay, people have judged me before. It's fine. We're peanut butter and jelly on whole wheat bread that I bought in the supermarket is just fine for dinner, and my kids will grow up and be totally fine. So yeah, I have room in my brain now to say yes. You know what? You want breakfast for dinner? Sure. You know what? You want to sleep in your, you want to sleep in this like old t-shirt of mine instead of your night clothes? Okay. You want to like pretend that your bed is a tent and hang up blankets over it and pretend that you're in a spaceship? Sure. Because I have room in my brain. And I'm not quite so stressed out. So I have room in my brain to not default to no. And also giving children the permission that if they don't want to take no for an answer, if they respectfully say, can we reconsider that no? That every so often you say yes. I have given my kids that permission. Recently I had this experience, and I wrote about it on Threads, where my 7-year-old daughter asked me if she can have ice cream. She was in the middle of eating her supper, and she said, can I have ice cream? And I said, after you finish your supper. And she said, okay, but why though? Like, she was questioning the no, but I have given her permission to question the no. So I said, actually, I don't know. Like, thinking it through, she's a good eater. She likes her food. She's actually one of those rare kids who enjoys vegetables and requests salad. So like, and I know she's going to finish her supper. She's not the kind of kid who's going to fill up on the ice cream and then not eat her supper. She'll just eat it all. So I said, you know what? Yeah. And I served her a bowl of strawberry ice cream, and she did this thing that I do when I did when I was a kid, which is she made her food come out even, like a bite of lasagna, a bite of salad, a bite of corn on the cob, a bite of ice cream. And she said that the ice cream made the corn on the cob taste cornier, whatever that means. And it made the salad taste saladier, and it made the lasagna taste more like lasagna-eater, as she put it. That's not a word, but yeah, like she felt like the ice cream, something about the sweetness of the ice cream like enhanced the flavors of the other foods. And she still finished her food, and she was perfectly happy. So yeah, why was I saying no? I don't really subscribe to like, you must eat your peas and then you can have dessert. I believe in rewards when they're appropriate, but this is like, it's fine. So so I've been questioning my no response. And you know what happens then? When I do give a no that I firmly believe in, I recently had to give my 13-year-old daughter a no, it felt very organic and fine. And she questioned the no, and I said, yeah, no, this is a no I'm quite comfortable with. No, you are not doing that. And it was fine. And she accepted the no because she knows that every so often when she questions a no, and it is a reflective no, it's just a reflexive no, not a reflective no, right? A reflexive no, meaning by reflex, I just say no. She knows that it's not a reflexive no because every so often she has the permission to question a no and to say to me, why not? You know, in a nice, respectful way. To say, can I question the no? It's literally the language I give my kids. Can I question the no? And I say, no, you can't question the no, or you can question the no. And then she knows that it's a no that was reflective, not reflexive. And therefore, she's comfortable accepting the no. And we have much less the thing that in the olden days we used to call power struggles, because my kids know that if it's a no, I actually believe that no. And if it's a yes, I actually believe that yes. So I think it's worthwhile taking some stress off our plates so that we don't reflect back to no automatically, and we're paying attention to our tendency towards no responses. And I find if I'm giving a lot of no's that like perhaps I have to pay attention to the level of stress on my plate and do something about it right now. If you like this video, if this spoke to you, if this was interesting for you, please click subscribe below so you never miss another video. And please tell a friend, let them know the post-traumatic parenting community grows one post-traumatic parent at a time. So tell somebody about this because they probably need to hear this. If you want to hang out where your fellow post-traumatic parents hang out, check out at Dr. Child Psychology on Instagram. You can check out my writing about trauma, parenting, and how to parent on my targeted parenting block on Psychology Today. You can check out the Post-Traumatic Parenting podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, the Post-Traumatic Parenting book is forthcoming from Broadleaf in 2025, and there will be a pre-order link on my website, drrobinkoslowitz.com, pretty soon. Till next time.